Kale n'olwensonga eyo, tonight I'm so humbled that we have a special program. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're going to be speaking English. Kale, so dear listeners, adjust your microphone, adjust your ears. My name is Geoffrey Hudson Wasanseleko Sekonde. Simple nga nze ndi mu studio wano akawungezi kolwaliro okutuusaako programu yaffe eno erya kabi eri special abrupt program, but all in all, when we see that we have a developmental program which the diaspora people really need to know, whereby we have to educate, sensitize, and everything, so we bring it to you. So right now, we are in Radio Uganda, Boston, your voice and beyond. At the same time, we are live on Diaspora TV, so just log on Diaspora TV. You'll be seeing us live and listening via the radio, and that's www.radiougandaboston.com. You'll be getting us live and clear. As I said, we have visitors tonight in the studio. I'm not alone here. I have like 3 visitors. And actually, these people, this is not your first time to be here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And they're coming all the way from Uganda. So we are really proud that you really had get us some time. You decided to come and say hi to us and always to visit us. We really appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is ours.
All right. These people are coming from Fakhruddin Properties, correct? Did I say it right?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, properties all the way from Uganda. So we're going to be listening to them. We need to know what they're doing, why they're here, and probably you'll have some time to ask some questions. So let me start with Mr. Hydre, correct? All right. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Simple.
Thank you for coming to the show and sparing us some time.
Pleasure is ours. It's always been a pleasure coming to this show. Thank
Right.
you very much.
It has been a long time,
Yeah. We were last time here in 2017.
2017. Those are about 8 years.
Yeah, and then because of the COVID, a lot of events were not happening. And I still remember 2017 we came in and we had a great time. We appreciate the support from the diaspora community. And we feel that every business needs growth. So we always do not just come for marketing and selling, but we also come here to understand the diaspora needs, what are their concerns, what are their feedbacks. Because as a business, we also want to grow in our condominium development in Uganda, because there is a huge deficit of housing in Kampala. And we want to know what diaspora needs. Like, for example...
Now, before we rush into that,
Yeah.
I see you have a big team here with you.
Yes, please.
Okay, would you like to introduce them to us? Or okay, go ahead.
This is Mr. Shabir over here. He's the Director of Finance and Operations.
Okay.
My name is
The finance
Hector.
manager is here too.
Yeah.
We are glad. Okay, this is good.
I'm the Head of Sales and Marketing.
Okay.
And everyone knows Mr. Samuel Chivanuka over here.
Mayumba.
Mayumba. He's known as Mayumba.
Mayumba.
Our association also started from Buganda Bumu in 2017 in Atlanta.
Okay.
And that is Atlanta. That is where we met.
Okay.
And our association with Uncle Sam started where, diaspora always needs that local touch where they can share how they're going to pay, on how the process is going to work, like, what is it, like which floor to go for, which apartment to go for. So Uncle Sam is always with us on our projects.
So
And,
does that mean that he is the ambassador?
He's more than an ambassador. He's our mentor. Uncle Sam is our mentor.
We call him Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam, okay.
Yeah, and
For us, we call him Mayumba.
Mayumba, yeah.
Because he deals with houses, homes,
Yes.
and he is the right man here.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simple.
Yeah, but I want you to be a little bit louder.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simple, and it's always a pleasure to be here. in
All
your
right.
studios.
Okay, since you said 2017, it has been a long time.
Yeah.
We've had many people coming into our community. We have had many people, some of the listeners on our radio or on TV, those who are watching us, they might be new, they don't know what it is. So what is Fakhruddin Properties?
So Fakhruddin Properties is basically a Dubai-based company.
Okay.
And we saw that there was a huge housing deficit in Uganda. And to address that housing need, because we are already developers in Dubai and we know how the whole development concept works, we came into Uganda with the concept of affordable housing. So in many years back, people used to stay in standalone homes with a very big piece of land, and then as security concerns raised, they wanted to live in a community where services like security, maintenance, common area cleaning, gardening, all those can be addressed under a condominium management, the way you guys call it over here, homeowners association, HOA, with a monthly condo fee. So we came up with this concept. Yes, we were following the UK concept of affordable housing, where we gave a small apartment, a compact apartment at a very low price. And then we learned from diaspora, we learned from the community that look, Hedri, we Ugandans need space. And then we want, if a master bedroom does not fit a 6x6 bed, it's not a master bedroom. So all those site visits and everything, they taught us what Ugandans need, what diaspora needs. And then as business growth, we were very receptive to feedback. We always listened to them, and then we kept on progressing. And by God's grace, we do not despise the small beginnings. We are always grateful, and we are always humble to it, that now we have reached a point from 2017 till 2023 that we have handed over 9 projects.
Wow. When was this established, Fakhruddin?
It was established in 2015.
2015. Okay.
And every 2 years we've been launching a new project, handing over and launching a new project. Some are under construction. They are also anticipated to be handed over. So that is the whole Fakhruddin Properties is about residential development. We are trying to find a balance between a product, needs, and the price. So
now,
that's
what
why
do you
we
mean by
affordable.
handing over project? Does that mean, say, like if you have a big building you're building or you develop, after it has been sold off, that's what you call handing over the project?
So the technically now simple, the thing is that people have trusted us, so they book off plan with a booking amount. They continue paying us on an interest-free payment plan, and then when the construction is complete, we call them for handover, and we give them the keys, and then they can start using the apartment either for occupation, or if they want to rent it out, they rent it out. So that's called a handed over project. So now people start living there, they can use it for occupation, they can use it for rentals.
You must be trustworthy, because if somebody like you're just starting to build and they give you the money to book, it must be either competition or trustworthy.
I would call it that now diaspora has trusted us. They have built their confidence, and because we have already given a lot of diasporas here in Boston and throughout America legit title deeds. Diaspora has had challenges, has had their own challenges, trusting their very closest ones, but sometimes they do not get the legit paperwork. But because we've now given diaspora legit product with legit ownership, with legit paperwork, financial transparency, not charging $1 extra. If we've agreed on a price from the beginning, that price continues till the end, whether the steel prices go up, whether the cement prices go up. If we've agreed on a price, that price is binded with a sales agreement, and then we continue that price till the end until we give them the keys.
Okay. So let's talk about, do you do houses? Like, or you only do apartments or condominiums?
Right now, Mr. Simple, the demand for condos is much more than standalone houses. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
After COVID, a lot of people have stopped living alone.
Oh, why? You're scared?
COVID has changed a lot of lives, and because of mental health, people want to stay in a community where they know they're not alone in terms of security. They're not alone in terms of mental health. You know, when people grow old, they don't like being, stayed alone in a standalone home.
Right.
So they want to be in a community where they can see that they have a neighbor. If something happens, if there's an emergency, someone can help. They're not alone in terms of security. They don't have to do those services of garbage collection, maintenance themselves. It's been taken care under the condo management. And the biggest mental health over here is that in old age, they want to see, a breathable society. What do I mean by breathable society is they want to see children playing around. They want to see neighbors. That's why we provide those services of social sit-out areas, gazebos, where people can relax over there, talk with each other. So that has contributed a lot towards the demand and the search towards condominiums, apartments rather than standalone homes. And the second reason to it is affordability. Today, land is becoming very expensive in Kampala. To build a standalone home on a piece of 50 decimal is very expensive. So this condo is affordable, decently priced. You have a payment plan, and at the end of the day, you know that you're owning an asset. Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to the show. It's Radio Uganda Boston, and we're also live on Diaspora TV. With me in the studios, Alan Watson over there. We are with our visitors all the way from Uganda. We have they come from Fakhruddin Properties all the way from Uganda, and we have Mr. Hydre, the one with marketing and sales, and also Mr. Shabil. He deals in financing. Correct?
Finance and operation.
All right, and okay, operations. Now, let's talk about the finances.
Yes.
We see in Uganda, most people, they pay cash, each and everything, compared to those people like in diaspora. What plans do you have for the diaspora people? We can't afford to part once.
That's what we have come with a plan that for Fakhruddin property we give installments, interest-free installments of 24 months. So you can pay.
So those are 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
Then now, as we come to this show, we are going to give for our new project, which Mr. Hedi will elaborate on it.
Sure.
We are going to give you 3 years, interest-free.
Those are 36 months.
36 months.
And after that, what are the interest rates?
No interest rate.
After the 36 months.
There is no interest. We are a company, we don't take interest, we don't give interest.
I'm saying if I don't pay within the 36 months,
we don't take interest.
still I'll continue to pay,
Exactly.
but no interest.
No interest.
Wow.
We never take interest. That is why Mr. Hedri is very, very putting the point that once we give one price, we stick on that price.
So why do we have them to put up 36 months, 24 months? Why don't we say that you just pay continuously until the end without any interest?
We have to close the project and move on to another one. We have to give Ugandans 200,000 houses in a year, but we cannot alone.
Okay.
We need support of all of, and we need to grow.
Okay.
So we need to close it somewhere. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll come back to you when the time comes that I've selected my property. I've selected my condo. You will run through what the qualifications I need to get that or to start paying in installments. We'll come back to you in a few minutes. Okay, Mr. Hydre, let's talk about the property. Now, what property do we have for what project do we have right now?
So, Mr. Simple, we've been, Fakhruddin Properties has been very famous on the flower sequel concept. So starting from Jasmine Courts, then we went to...
Where are they located?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah, that was 2019,
Okay.
2018. Then I'm just taking you very quickly, the concept of flower. So a lot of people can register us. So Jasmine Courts, then there was a project in Namugongo in 2018, Hazel, residency. Then we did 2 projects in Nalia called Lily Heights and Tulip Towers. Then we did Iris Gardenia in Najera, Lotus Virginia in Najera. Then we did Bella Rosa in Chira. Then in Chanja, because now the Chanja area was growing a lot with new roads coming up, we did Orchid Rise and Tansy Avenue. These are all flower names. So we are continuing with the flower sequel, and now we've recently launched a new project called Daisy Portico. Portico means that you get a grand entry to your block of apartments. So it's a Spanish-Italian word, Portico. So that project is now located at Chira. And let me tell diaspora that that area is growing a lot.
Yes.
Najera, Chira. And then the moment you turn left from the Chira roundabout, there's a whole new road which is being expanded to
Let's go through the valley.
It's a good road.
Okay.
They've already graded it.
Oh, okay.
They're expanding it to a 4-lane road.
Wow.
Usually we don't promise on the roads because it is government works, but
That's the road from Kira to
going towards
Kasangati,
Kasangati, yes,
to Matuga.
Matuga, yes.
Yes, all being tarmac.
Yes. So they've already compensated on the side roads, and it's going to be a 4-lane road. And as a developer, we always look for opportunities like these, where roads are coming up, where is the new development coming up. And just 20 meters from the main road, 20 to 30 meters from the main road, this land is a very big piece of land. The reason we are saying it's a very big piece of land is because we are doing 15,000 square feet of green area in the middle. So there's a whole recreational area in the middle where there's a swimming pool, there is social cave sit out, there's a relaxation garden. After COVID, we've understood that people don't like indoor gyms, so we are doing outdoor aerobics challenge arena, where you have those metallic poles and ropes. We are also doing kids play area. So all in all, there is a 15,000 square feet of recreational area. And the project Daisy Portico has 3 bedrooms and 4 bedroom apartments. And 3 bedroom is 1,093 square feet. And the 4 bedroom is approximately 1,400 square feet. The price in Uganda shillings, the 3 bedroom comes for 228 million, which is 63,350. I repeat, $63,350 US. And the 4 bedroom is for 268 million Uganda shillings, which is 74,450 United States dollars. So this comes with a 3-year interest-free payment plan. Now, like what Mr. Simple was asking, that what if someone cannot pay in 3 years' time? There can be circumstances where I cannot pay in 3 years' time. So that is why that is where Mr. Sam Chivanuka comes in. Mr. Sam Chivanuka is associated with all the banks. We already have an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with a lot of big banks in Uganda, like Housing Finance Bank, Centenary Bank, DFCU, Equity, KCB. We have MOUs with all majority banks, Standard Chartered. And that is where Uncle Sam takes you through the process. Because you're a local and a diaspora has different checklist for the banks. So Uncle Sam, Mr. Samuel Chivanuka takes you through the process. They help you. He helps you collect the documents. He helps you collect the checklist of the documents, and then processes the file to the bank. But our price as Fakhruddin Properties remains the same, whether you're going with a cash payment plan or whether you're going with a bank plan, the price remains the same. So the bank has its own process, it has its own timelines. They give financing for 5 years, 10 years, depending on your eligibility. And the point I would like to make over here, Mr. Simple, is a lot of diaspora, when they're buying a property, they don't ask a question that what is the ownership status. So these are Milo condominium titles, where you own the property lifetime. In simple words, it's called freehold. It's freehold.
Okay.
So you own it. You don't owe anything to the government. There is no lease. It's not leasehold, like you have to pay a ground rent, you have to pay a premium, you have to renew your title deed. It's nothing like that. This is, you own this title deed for lifetime. You can give it to your kids, you can give it to your grandkids. Whatever you want to do with the title deed, you can do it. Another most important question which I was discussing with a lot of diaspora, sorry,
No, that's okay.
Is a lot of diaspora do not have Ugandan national ID, right? They have US passport.
Correct.
They are Ugandans, but they don't have the ID.
The ID.
So that doesn't stop you owning a property in Uganda. So how would the paperwork work? Fakhruddin property, when you are buying a property from us, we give you a title deeds on the name of Fakhruddin Properties with your unit number, everything. And we sign off the transfer form. So we have given you a signed transfer form relieving our interest. We are releasing our interest from it, and we are giving you a title deed, transfer form, company documents, statement of accounts, sales agreement. Now, if you're not a Ugandan, let me say you don't have a Ugandan national ID, you can just keep the title deed as is, right, Uncle Sam?
Yeah, until you are
So you can keep the title deed as is, and do not transfer it, because once you transfer it and you don't have a Ugandan national ID, automatically it becomes leasehold for 49 years or 99 years. So our advice is that you keep the title deed as is, keep it safe in your cupboard. Once you want to sell off the property, let's say after 10 years the prices have gone up and you want to sell and get a higher priced property, that title deed is a Milo title deed. It has its own value. So even a new buyer who is buying it will take the title deed as is and then transfer it to the new buyer's name. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people think that, oh, I don't have a Ugandan national ID, so I cannot buy property in Uganda. No, you can still buy. There are many options to it. And I feel that immigration also has been attending a lot of events these days. So they also come to Ugandan events. You can talk to them and get your national ID. It's not a tiresome process.
So what you're telling me that once you sign off those forms,
Yes.
I can sell my land to Sam using the same signed off forms?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And then Sam, if he doesn't have also the Ugandan ID, he can keep the same forms
until he gets the Ugandan citizenship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. That makes life easier and simplified. Now, let's talk about the building itself, the plan and everything. So you said you're a developer, right?
Yes.
And what's the difference between a developer and a builder?
So it's the question we always get. So like, what do you do, Henry? What do you do? So it's like we are developers. So are you a contractor? Are you a builder? So there's a very fine difference between a contractor, a builder, contractor stroke builder, and a developer. So it's not necessary that a developer has to be a contractor. Let me say that again. It's not necessary that a developer has to be a contractor.
A contractor, okay.
Developer means that the company buys their land off-right, then the land has a briefing to it. What do I want to do on this piece of land? What do I want to create? I want to create a residential, I want to create a commercial. So that's called conceptualization. Once you conceptualize, then you get your designs ready. Once you have the designs ready, you start selling the product. And then that is where now, once you have sold or once you are in a process of selling, you then look for a builder or a contractor. So then I can go and, like, let's say that Uncle Sam is my contractor, for example. So I go and speak with Mr. Sam, that Mr. Sam, this is my project. I want to create this project. So and then there are bidding for it. There's bidding for it, like for the tender bidding for contractors. So that is where a builder comes in. So the title deeds and everything is on the developer's name, because the land, the mother land, was bought on the developer's land, and then it was segregated into condo titles, where the motherland becomes null and void, and now the whole power goes to the condos. So that is why if you see the Ugandan Milo title deed, it has a unit factor. Unit factor means that you own, with the apartment, you own the rights of the land which you are seated on. So that is where the difference of a for a developer and a contractor builder comes in. So we are not builders. We are developers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, assuming that I got a 2-bedroom condo, but where the bathroom is, I don't like that place.
Yeah.
And I bought it from a developer.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Okay. So now, anything inside your apartment, you have the right to change if it is not a structural change. If you are not touching the columns and the beams, you can do any customization you like. You can do it. It should not create a difference in the piping system. It should not create a difference in the columns, beams. So if, let's say that it's just a blockwork wall, like we get a lot from diaspora that we want to open up the kitchen. We don't want a closed kitchen, and in Uganda, locals like closed kitchen.
Correct.
And diaspora likes open kitchen for more light, for more ventilation. So you can remove that wall. It's an internal change. But there is an agreement, there's a part in the sales agreement where you cannot change the any external element of the building. So you cannot come and say, you know what, I don't like the window over here, I would like to shift the window
on the other side.
On the other side. No, you cannot do that, because it changes the whole elevation element of the building. So Uganda has a Condominium Act of 2001. It has a very strong law that any elements which are affecting the elevation, you are not entitled to change those. But if you want to do any internal adjustments which are blockwork oriented, not structural oriented, you're free to do it.
So you're buying as it is.
Yes, because it's a whole community development project. You buy as is. Then some buyers want to do their own. They don't like the interior. They want to do more gypsum work. They want to do more plaster works. So those they can free. Like for example, diaspora, they like an island in the middle of a kitchen. So those you are free to do. Once you get your handover, you can start doing your internal adjustments.
Okay.
HOUSES in Uganda. Boston. HOUSES in Uganda. Boston.
33 minutes after 7 p.m. here on the east coast of US. That is, we are transmitting from Waltham City, live on Radio Uganda and live on Diaspora TV. With me in the studio is Alan Watson on the other side. Mr. Sam Chwanka.
Yes, sir.
Yes, come on the microphone. And I want you to be a little bit louder. Are you there?
Yes,
A little bit louder.
I'm here.
Okay.
Excuse me. Yes.
Sam, I understand you've worked with Fakhruddin for some good number of years,
Yes.
which is, when did you meet to?
2017.
2017.
Yes.
And you know our community.
Yes.
You're a very reputable man. They trust you, very trustworthy in the community. What makes you think that Fakhruddin have the solution to the diaspora housing problem in Uganda?
Thank you, Mr. Simple. First of all, when I met them in Atlanta, they invited me to their offices. The offices are located on Alugogo Forest Mall.
Sam, let me change
So-
this mic. I can't hear you. Maybe Diaspora TV, they can hear you
Thank you very much, Mr. Simple.
much better.
Okay. So first of all, when I was invited by them to, when I met them in Atlanta in 2017, they invited me to their offices to the Google Forest Mall, and they took me through their projects which they were building by then. So I went, saw how the construction was going on, and I've always been following up on several projects to see how they construct them. As a matter of fact, I was publishing those pictures and videos whenever I go to Kampala to show them how the progress of the projects goes on. Because I had several questions about people thinking that because some builders in Uganda try to use low quality materials, cement, they put in less content. But with them, they have a special way of mixing their products. And since they started, we've not got any problems with their construction. The cement, the foundation is firm. The cement they use, if you can look at their concrete, their buildings, before they even paint, before they plaster them, there's a lot that goes behind before their projects are completed. So I trust them. I trust their construction, the way they do their construction.
And let me tell you, Mr. Simple,
Sure.
Uncle Sam was not easy. He was not easy.
To convince?
So yeah, it was not an easy ride to convince Mr. Samuel Chivanoka. So when he came, he said, you know what, change this, sizing, increase the sizes over here, get the bathrooms over. That's why we call him a mentor, because he actually made us understand what our diaspora needs and how the processes should work. And we thank him on this platform that he has continued the association with Fakhruddin Properties, and we shall not let him down, and we shall not disappoint the diaspora community, because it means a lot to us. In business, the business is all about customer care. It's all about customer service, reception to feedback, and the most important thing what diaspora needs is financial transparency.
True.
So
Very, very true.
if there's any feedback, we are always open to it. We shall not be hiding from it. And that is how business grows. So we learn from each other, and we try to implement that in our projects, and we grow.
All right, Mr. Sam.
Yes.
Let's talk about the criteria you use, at least to see that the diaspora person will be able to at least buy, because I know there are many people who will come and ask you, and then you say, sometimes you can judge and say, you know what, Alan, you won't afford this. So what are the challenges and the criteria you use to help out these people, to guide them?
Yeah, first of all, they have to open up accounts with those banks which are associated with the Fakhruddin properties. And definitely somebody has to show where they work. They have to show their savings. And many times, actually, the banks will ask for their tax returns as well, just to make sure they are working and they are reputable people here, they are residents of good standing here, before they can process the loans.
Okay. Now, what are the challenges, like to help out diaspora people?
Yeah, sometimes there are people who are not citizens of Uganda. Again, that's another problem.
Yeah.
But what I do, I refer them to individual banks, and they talk to them individual, and they advise them, and they advise them on what exactly they need from them. There are some details which I cannot go over on this forum, but what I do is to connect them to those prospective banks, and they tell them what exactly they need.
Okay.
You see, Mr. Simple, because we are a private, we are not affiliated with any banks, or we are not affiliated with any organizations in terms of politics or anything. Because we are a private company, there are many instances with Uncle Sam will approve, is that people have even paid us more than, their duration has been more than 3 years. But because they have paid us a good amount of percentage, we always walk the talk, We listen to them, okay, this is a challenge, how should we address the challenge? You need more time, you need another 3-4 months. But we walk the talk, and we ensure that the person who is buying it completes the journey with us. We also don't like someone pulling out midway. So we always give them a lot of chances and a lot of communication platforms for them to explain us what is the challenge. And that is how our collection team then takes it forward, that okay, you know what, this person is having a challenge right now, let's hold on a bit. Because you know, diaspora, they have a robotic lifestyle over here. So
I like the word.
so yeah,
I was going to say that, for example, during the COVID era, many people lost their jobs.
Right.
They were not working.
I was coming to that.
Yes, so they called me, Sam, we cannot afford our payments anymore. Are we going to lose our properties? And I said no. So I worked with them, and we actually gave them good amount of time to.
We actually were not demanding for 6 months,
Yes.
6-7 months. We were not
Yes.
demanding for money.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to send out a collection reminder, but then when the person communicated that, you know what, this is the challenge right now, we stopped. We stopped asking for money until because you see, it's a two-way relationship, Mr. Simple. We are supposed to deliver the product to you, and you are supposed to pay for that product.
Correct.
And we need to walk together for this journey. And it's not a journey of 6 months. It's a journey of more than 4 years now. So we walk the talk, and then we make sure that end of the day, the person gets the keys, and then, you know, they move to the next journey.
Mr. Shabby.
The thing is,
Yes.
I want to add on that is that this wonderful team, Mr. Sam and Mr. Hydri,
You and yourself.
myself, but these are the people who are the face of my company, Fakhruddin Property. That the relationship, customer relationship, and you say how eligible. What do you check on eligibility?
Exactly, yeah.
What we have done, what we have told everybody, all Ugandans are eligible. Please come and buy. We'll walk the talk. That's what Mr. Hydri is also saying.
Wow, you're simplifying things here.
Yeah.
So everyone can at least come.
Come
It's
and let's
affordable.
talk. Let's discuss. Everything is on the table. We discuss open everything.
Now, is my loan transferable? Say if I fail to say, okay, I've reached the time, I say, you know what, I won't be able to pay off this. Can Alan take over my loan, or can he finish up the payments? Is it transferable?
I can answer that.
Go ahead, sir.
So if you get into such a situation, you can actually find another bank, but finding another bank, that will mean that the bank has different terms and different interest rates, because in Uganda, I'm sure there's no set interest rate. So unlike here in the United States. So I advise you to, I can refer some banks to you, but so it's up to you to go and talk to those individual banks and see which one gives you a better rate. But it's not as easy as it is here. It's like here we
But
just
what I know,
finance easily, but in Uganda it's sort of hard. But what we do is try to talk to the bank and give them more time to make more money. I mean, to earn more money so that they keep their properties.
So
First thing, these people don't really, are not going to foreclose on your home, regardless. They try to give you, they try to work with you and make sure you complete your payment.
Now, what if I don't want to go through the bank? I want to reach
Simple.
out to you directly.
Yes, 36
So
months now.
when you're buying, once you have explained everything, you're now going for it. Mr. Samuel Chivanuka is going to ask you which payment plan do you want to go for. Do you want to go for cash payment plan, or do you want to go for bank payment plan? And then the way we have devised our cash payment plan, we call it flexible payment plan. So a lot of people ask, what do you mean by flexible payment plan? So we always tell them that, look, this is your time. Let's say 36 months is your time. So sometimes you can even give us monthly. We have diaspora customers who give us quarterly. We have diaspora customers who give us biannum. So that is what we mean by flexible. Either you can pay us monthly. You are saying that, you know what, I'm a businessman, I don't get monthly payments, I have contracts, so I get quarterly payments. That's also fine, because we've agreed to a time. We've agreed to a time for construction, and you've agreed to a time for payments. So that is why we call it flexible payment plan. You need to tell us how do you want to proceed with it, because you like the product, you tell us how you want to proceed with it. But our normal process, like for example, let's say Mr. Simple says, you know what, I like a 3-bedroom, which is for 63,350, a 3-bedroom in Daisy Portico. How do I start, Hydri? So the simple process is a booking amount. We are simplifying it. If you go to any other developers, they start with 20% deposit. We know that diaspora or any other, it's very difficult to raise that 20% in one go. So how do we simplify it? We say, you know what, Mr. Simple, let's book your apartment with $1,000. It's part of the money. It's nothing extra. It's part of your 63,350. You're booking your apartment with $1,000. Why are we taking this booking money? Ask me.
Why are you taking over that booking
We
money?
are ensuring that we are now allocating that apartment to Mr. Simple. So if tomorrow Alan comes in and says, you know what, Hedri, I want this apartment, and because a monetary booking amount has been done, we don't give that apartment to anyone else. So you start off by creating a reservation form, which we call it a booking form, with a receipt of $1,000. Your name is there. Then you start the journey of your payment plan. So now if you tell me that we want to do it on monthly installments, that is also possible. You tell us we want to do it on quarterly installments, that's also possible. You tell us your payment plan, because I would like to emphasize on this point is that we are not constructing with your money. We are not constructing with customers' money. So whether you pay or you don't pay, construction is going to go on.
Okay.
Like, it's not like, oh, you know what, Mr. X has not paid, so his apartment is not going to be built. No. The community, the society, the development is going to continue. Whether you pay, you don't pay. So
Okay.
that is a very important factor, that are you constructing with our money? No. Whether you are slow, whether you are fast, construction is going to go on, because we are already secured. You know, all our projects are financially secured.
Okay. Actually, you have someone saying hi from New Jersey. Say hi to Mr. Fakhruddin. For me, he supported us in Banyachigezi in 2019, and that he's listening in, and they have their convention in July from 6th to 10th here in Boston. So he's welcoming you if you're still around.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You very much. We
Yeah.
appreciate.
All right, Mr. Shabel.
Yes, please.
Now, after looks like Sam does all your work, you go through everything. So, are there times when you reject and you say, you know what, this customer, I don't think he will be able to, much as you've invited everyone, and say, don't, based on this and that, I don't think he'll be able to make the finance or pay the payments. Are there such situations?
Very little.
Very little.
Because you see, if you have the important point which I told you before, that the people I have, the team we have, who walk the talk, who every day, every week, they are getting messages from our team. Mr. Hedri, Mr. Semchuanuka is 24/7 available to diaspora clients, even because the time difference is there. But I have seen them talking to Ugandan people and talking to the banks, and Mr. Hedri talking to the diaspora clients. So that talking, that continuous dialogue, you know, we are talking. There is a system going on. But unfortunately, if anything happens, that I would say is like a percentage, like a very small percentage which any business will take, that will factor in the risk, and we will refund back the money with a small deduction for administration costs and everything.
And for that also, we always wait for the customer to tell us. We will not tell you that, oh, you know what, you cannot continue forward. So we always wait for your communication. We keep on giving you chances. We keep on giving you time until you have decided that, you know what, now I cannot take this anymore forward. That's when we, again, Mr. Sam will give you a call. What happened? What are the challenges? What is this? And then once you have decided and you've given us a formal communication that I cannot take this forward, that is where we say that, you know what, Mr. Simple, for example, Mr. Simple, we are sorry for the circumstances, and we would like to invite you again in our new project. Why don't we take you to our new project where you get more time? That's option number one. Option number 2 is that you know what, let us look for a new buyer for this apartment, and once we get a buyer, we refund your money.
Actually, that was gonna be my next question about refunding, returning.
Yeah.
Say, what if I buy the condo, I'm already in, after 2 months I say, no, I don't think that this was my dream house.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So our sales agreement has this term and condition clearly noted out, is that if you cancel the apartment when the construction has just begun, right, we return your money in full.
Okay.
Right. Let's say you've given us $1,000 booking, and the construction has just begun. Because why are we returning your money in full? Because we are confident that, you know what, the sales is still going on. The sales cycle is still going on. We'll find a new customer for it. Now let us say that the construction has advanced to few months, like 6 to 8 months, right? Then we deduct 5%. So there's a whole term and conditions which is given. Once you book the apartment, you are shared a draft sales agreement with all the terms and conditions in it, and that specifically sales agreement also has a withdrawal policy. That if you withdraw at this time, you don't lose anything. If you withdraw at this time, you lose 5%. If you withdraw after this amount of time, you lose 10%. So we've made it easy. Other developers, if you look in Kampala and Uganda, they directly deduct 20%. They directly deduct 20% no matter what time you're pulling out. So we've simplified that process also, because we know challenges are bound to happen. So if you're pulling out in an early stage, no worries. If you're pulling out at this stage, no worries. So we are making that communication very clear from the beginning. So the moment you sign up, from our legal office, you'll get a draft sales agreement. You go through the draft sales agreement. If you have any questions, you ask us. If you have any, things to clearly understand, because sometimes it's legal language, our lawyer also takes you through the sales agreement. Then when you are ready, you sign, and then we start the journey.
Okay, now let's talk about the students. Do you have programs for students?
Like I said, right now the Ugandan housing market is still growing. Yes, we have a vision in mind.
Okay.
That vision is called ultra affordable housing. So ultra affordable housing is that you go a little bit far from Kampala, like let's say, to give you an example, after Mukono, this side.
That's my home area.
Yeah, and then if you're talking about after Sonde, yeah,
Okay.
Namugongo, Sonde, Sita.
That's where my home is.
So I know you own a lot of properties. If you look at Gayaza, so those are, I mean, people will say it's out of Kampala, but this is future Kampala.
Right.
So you go a little bit out of town, and you build such condos where you can keep the price tags of $20,000 to $30,000 for students to start owning first step homes with a payment plan, so it becomes easier. But the unfortunate remarks we get from diaspora: oh, this is very far, oh, this is not Kampala, oh, this is going to be a forest, it's still a forest. But let me tell you guys that if you don't look at 10 years or beyond, this is the Kampala has to grow. It was 9 kilometers, now it has gone to 14 kilometers. There's a lot of influx from all parts of Uganda. Not all sons are becoming farmers, so they want to work in the corporate industry of banking. They want to work in
Just 1 minute. I know I was going to announce that I was long overdue with the phones, but now I've officially opened the lines. Okay. People are calling in. Okay. Radio Uganda Boston, hello.
Hello, Mr. Simple Sereko Sekonde. Thank you so much for bringing those gentlemen to with Sam Chwanuka to the studios of Radio Uganda Boston. We appreciate their information they are giving us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Wuban. and my name is Geoffrey. So, my question, by the way, first of all, congratulations to Mr. Sam Chwanka. He's made 20 years doing this business of real estate and real estate.
Okay.
And then my question to the gentleman is, if I want to pay cash down, what percentage do they give me? Do they give me a discount if I'm paying cash down for the unit that I would need? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I just hold on. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Geoffrey. Actually, the lines are open. We're going to take like about 3-4 questions at the same time. And about 3-4 questions at the same time. And then we'll be able to answer all those questions. So the number to call in is 781-314-6944. The number to call in, 314-6944. Radio Uganda Boston, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening to you. We're good. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Sarah. I'm calling from New Jersey. I have one question, and it is, would Fakhruddin Properties allow potential customer to review their agreement prior to committing? That is one. And two, I want to say hello to Hadri. You supported us during the ICOP convention in 2019, and if you are around, we would like to invite you to our convention, which is in Boston, July 6th to the 10th.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. So he'll be answering you. The number to call in is 781-314-6944. Be brief, your question, and then we continue from there. You can even ask in Luganda. Thank you. Those who are listening in and those who are on Diaspora TV. Radio Uganda Boston. Hey, start.
Yeah. I have a question.
Go ahead, but move out from your radio first.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Thank you.
My question is this.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to the situation when you have bought the condo, how about the HOA, the homeowners association? The owners moving away from the condos, or how much has to be paid on the monthly basis to maintain a common area?
What's your name, sir?
What kind of amount are figured out to maintain the common area?
Noted.
Okay. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Pardon me?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Karemba from New Hampshire.
From
Guru.
Oh, Guru. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's go with those questions right now. Abalungi mbaniriza abakatwegattako oli ku mukutu gwa Radio Uganda Boston eddoboozi n'okusinga programu eno eri special eri bannaffe kuva mu Fakhruddin Properties balono nga batunzi b'amayumba era nga bali kulembeddwa omukulu Sam Chwanka bagezaako okulaba ntufuna affordable houses, amayumba amalungi agaddala. Abakulu bano bajja ne batukyalirako wano buli kaseera. Kale n'olwensonga eyo tufuba okulaba ntubaleeta ne batubuulira ne batunyonyola to explain to us each and every detail. Kale oliwa ddembe to call in and ask your question if you're comfortable in Luganda, Swahili, Lusoga. I will interpret for them. Okay. All right. Right now, bagenda kuba baddamu ebibuuzo ebyo, but the lines are still open if you have any questions or any messages. Thank you. Ahead.
So, Mr. Geoffrey, thank you very much for your question. Your question was that what if I pay 100% in one go? So, because you are avoiding the payment plan and you want to pay 100% cash down, so we have a 3% discount on that. So, the moment you pay the whole money, which we call it Chapa Kumeza, you pay the whole money, you get your title deed, and you start transferring the title deed to your names, And yeah, we are doing 3% discount on 100% cash down. So that's the answer to your question, sir. Thank you very much for your question. Hi, Sarah. Thank you very much, and really appreciate your motivating phone call. We are always there to support the diaspora community, and we will do that for many years to come. Yes, when we share the draft sales agreement, that's why we call it a draft sales agreement, is you'll be given a draft sales agreement, you go through all the terms and conditions, and if you want any changes in it, and those changes are applicable to us, definitely we can look into changing it if it comes according to Ugandan law, because there is a Ugandan Condominium Act of 2001 which is guiding this sales and purchase agreement. Once we have agreed to it, then we both the parties sign off the sales agreement. And the convention, definitely Mr. Samuel Chivanka will get in touch with you for the convention, and you know, it's not easy coming to US every time for all events from our team, but then Mr. Samuel Chivanka will get in touch with you and get the details, and we will see how we can best represent in the convention. The third question was from Mr. Kalimba from New Hampshire, and he said that what is the HOA arrangement and the cost associated to it. So in Uganda we call it condominium management, the way you guys call it HOA over here. So what happens is, I feel that this is a very important topic a lot of diaspora should know. So Fakhruddin Properties has finished the project, we've given you the keys. Now Fakhruddin Properties manages the society for 2 to 3 months, which is called interim management. Why are we doing this? Because a lot of people are moving in. There are new people who needs to understand the HOA terms and conditions. There are some apartments which are still empty. So we try to run the society for 2 to 3 months so that people get used to the norms, how security works, how common area cleaning is done, how maintenance is done, how gardening is done, how garbage collection is done. So it's basically a training period. So it's usually a developer is not bound to manage the society. But why do we do this interim management? Is because we want people to understand the norms. Once the interim management is completed, before the completion, we write every owners an email in prior to 2 weeks of completion that, look guys, we are now completing our interim management. We would like you to get together, all the owners to get together and create an association, which we call it a condominium management association. So they within themselves, if you own 2 apartments, you have 2 votes to yourself. If you own 1 apartment, you have 1 vote. And you guys select a chairman, treasurer, secretary, and the committee. Once you have selected that committee, you will go to the banks and you will give your condominium plan, and they will open up a bank account under that project condominium association. So for example, you've bought in Lotus Vicinity, so the account will be called Lotus Vicinity Condominium Management Association. So all the condo fees will be coming to that bank account. It will not be an individual account. It will be a corporate account. And then you go and register your condo management in the lands department. So we guide you through this whole process. We have a handover operations team which guides you, which guides the whole society through this process of opening a bank account, getting the association registered in the lands department, and then comes the reality. Now you guys are on your own. You have the security in place, you have the cleaners in place, you've got a management in place. Now what happens for the condo fees? So let's say that the whole of security, garbage collection, the cleaners for the common area cleaning, gardening and maintenance is coming to, let's say, 3 million shillings, Uganda shillings, 3 million. I'm giving an example. That 3 million will be divided in number of apartments in your society. And that management will give each owner a breakdown that the security is costing us this much, X is costing us this much, Y is costing us this much. And then every condominium apartment has to pitch in, which they call a condo fee. On an average, Mr. Kalemba, apartments in these areas of Najera, Nalia, Chevatule, Namugongo, Chanja, Chira, where we have projects going on and delivered, on an average, you're looking at 70,000 shilling, basic, minimum, 250,000 shillings. So you're looking at around $30 to $50 per month. Whether you are staying in it or whether you're not staying in it, because you still have to contribute towards security. You still have to contribute towards common area cleaning. A lot of diaspora, they say, oh, you know what, I'm not staying there, so why should I pay the condo fee? No, it's not like that, sir. Your condo fee can be reduced if you are not doing garbage collection. Yes, that 30,000 shillings can be reduced, for example, right? But otherwise, you still have to contribute towards security. You still have to contribute towards common area cleaning. And if that amount comes to, like, let's say 70,000, 80,000, you have to pay. Because if you don't pay that condo fee, it will overall affect the condominium management. And then, I mean, you are not yourself maintaining your property, your asset.
Okay. All right. I think those were the questions. Okay. All right. Someone, Alex, is saying it looks like these people. Oh, wait, the question. Hold on. All right. Somebody from text. Okay. All right. It says, okay, looks like you people, you're concentrated only in Chira area. How about moving outside to the countryside? That's Alex asking. And then another one, Makula Freda says, okay, why don't you build schools or any other business like hospitals and you rent them out?
Answering Alex's question, a lot of cities have now come up, like Jinja has become a proper municipality, a city, Hoima, the whole Albertine Graben area. Yeah, I mean, opportunities are there, but we still have to, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that it's better to do whatever you're committed to. Like, for example, we know that our reach is till this point at the moment, Kampala. So we are trying, because there's a lot of demand in Kampala, we are completely hands full right now. So it's no point, we know that we won't be able to deliver in Jinja right now, in Masaka, Barara. So that's why we know our limits. We know that, we can do these amounts of projects at one go. Because we don't want to compromise on quality. We don't want to compromise on customer service. So that is very important, that a business should understand the limits, the expansion limit, and follow it. But there will be one time, once we have achieved our visions in Kampala, there might be a time where, I know a lot of people from Jinja, a lot of people from Masaka and Barara are asking us to build these communities in their areas, but right now we always tell them that we are hands full in Kampala, there's a lot of demand, so right now it's not possible. Answering Makula's question, we are, like I said, the demand for residential apartments is much more because everyone needs a shelter. And COVID has taught us a lot that, staying at home, where some people lost jobs, and when you lose job, you lose your rentals, and when you lose your rentals, you have to go back to your village. So COVID has taught us a lot that the biggest priority is a shelter, is a home. Whether it's a basic home, whether it's a compact home, it's a spacious home, but you still need a shelter.
So right now the demand and the need and the desire is housing. So we have not gone into commercial, and honestly speaking, that's not our expertise.
Okay.
Because every development has its own science to it. Shopping malls has a science to it. As hospitals has a science to it. Banks, schools have science to it. We know residential development, and we shall continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Sarah says she forgot to ask that do they also have like townhomes with yard space or only apartments?
Sarah, like I said, right now a lot of Ugandans are moving out of standalone homes and coming into the condominium arrangement, because the husband is working, the wife is working. They know that my kids and my maid is going to be safe living next to the neighbors, living in a secured gated community. And there has been a lot of instances where you own a standalone home, you've gone out to travel to Dubai, or you've gone simple 3 days back to your village, and there is a security concern at the standalone homes. We currently have a lot of demand in condos. That's why we've not ventured into a standalone community. But if demand comes in and if plan comes in, definitely we should look into individual homes.
How many parking spaces does each condo have?
Very good question. According to Ugandan bylaw, we are supposed to give one parking slot. But how have we made it unique? We give you a dedicated parking slot. So when you go to different communities in Uganda, they just give you a parking lot. You go and park wherever you get space. But what we've done in our projects, Uncle Sam has also visited our projects, we give you a dedicated parking slot with your number, with your apartment number on the slot. So you get one parking if you have a 3-bedroom apartment. And then we introduced in one of our projects is that when you buy a 5-bedroom, we are also doing a 5-bedroom condominium apartment, where you have the whole floor to yourself, and or two apartments to yourself, you get 2 parking slots. So the bigger the apartment is, you get more parking lots. But with that, Mr. Simple, we always give visitor parking. So visitor parking technically is not dedicated. It's first come, first serve. So by any chance, if you have an extra car, you can park at the visitor parking, and then, but when you have your dedicated car parking slot and you don't want anyone else to park on your slot, no one else will.
Okay. Mr. Sam Chwanuka, compared to our income, are their houses or condos, are they affordable?
First of all,
Asante sana.
thank you much, Mr. Simple. Those units are very affordable. As you hear the name of the company, it's called, they offer affordable homes. But if Ugandan population can afford those homes, I believe
The diaspora
people
people
in diaspora can afford those units. And with this flexible payment system, I believe everyone can afford to buy those condos. In simple terms, yes, they are affordable, and whoever is calling, I didn't get his or her name, he can definitely buy him or himself or herself a condo. Muko.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So if they need more information, they are free to call me. My number is 617-901.
Slow down.
8033.
Again,
Okay.
the number for Sam Chwanuka is
617-901-8033.
okay. Now, Mr. Ishabi,
Yes, sir.
where are we located? The offices, are they? What time are they open? And in Uganda?
Our offices are located in the Forest Mall, Lugogo, on the ground floor,
Oh, okay.
opposite Centenary Bank. We are.
So you just walk out from the loan department to your offices.
That's what I was going to say. We are surrounded with 16 banks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just take this last call and. Radio Uganda Boston. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is Kalemba from Guru. I'm back.
Yes, sir.
I would like to thank the panel. They are answering the question very, very well.
Thank you,
But
sir.
I've got a follow-up question that has to do the condo fees and those kind of things. What happens if somebody does not pay their condo fees? Can they get evicted, or what happens? Because the laws here, the person can pretty much get evicted from their condo if they don't pay the condo fee. So what are the laws in Uganda if somebody doesn't pay their condo fee?
So, Mr.
Just ask that question because that question is a bunch of people don't pay. Let's say you've got 20 apartments or condos, and 15 of them refuse to pay the condo fee. The trash is piling up, the bulbs are not being replaced in the hallways, and those kind of things are happening. What are the laws in Uganda that can take care of that? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kalemba, for again raising this question because it is important for diasporas to understand. According to the Ugandan Condominium Act of 2001, if someone does not pay condo fee or gets defaulted for certain amount of period, the condominium association has the right to evict
No. Okay.
Forest
Yes.
Mall Lugogo, the office.
Yeah, the offices. Yes.
Yeah. Forest Mall Lugogo, we are in Forest Mall.
Okay.
Yes, we are surrounded by 16 banks. That's what I was telling you.
Yes.
And Lugogo.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Simple, you asked me earlier, how is Fakhruddin Properties different? So every company has its own USP. I mentioned a few. We are very careful in customer service, financial transparency. That's the business processes part. But in terms of our floor plan, in terms of planning the apartment, we take a lot of time and lot of tanks going on. So a biggest USP, that's why a lot of ladies like us, a lot of women like us, is that when you buy a 3-bedroom apartment, or let's start from 2-bedroom. When you buy a 2-bedroom apartment, you get 2 bathrooms. When you buy a 3-bedroom apartment, you get 3 bathrooms. So all the bedrooms are self-contained. When you buy a 4-bedroom apartment, you get 4 bathrooms.
So we're talking about the toilet itself and the shower room?
Everything.
Okay.
And if you buy a 5-bedroom apartment, you get 5 bathrooms. So that's our biggest unique selling proposition, is that when you buy with Fakhruddin Properties, all your bedrooms are self-contained. So you don't have to, a lot of developments in Kampala, if you buy a 3-bedroom apartment, you only get 2 bathrooms. So the child is always suffering coming out of the room in the towel and then sharing a bathroom. So,
but the water bill,
yeah.
the 5 bathrooms.
But because these are growing areas, convenience is more important than utilities. They want this convenience to be there, that all bedrooms should be self-contained,
And so that's the USP with Fakhruddin Properties.
All right, dear listeners and viewers, looks like we've come to the end of the show. Yeah, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you for having been listening, Radio Uganda Boston, and those who have been viewing at Diaspora TV. Thank you. Probably I'm going to give you just a minute, each of you, for any closing arguments, your contacts, and anything you want to tell the diaspora. I'll start with Mr. Sam Chwanka.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simple. Again, as you introduced me, again, my name is Sam Chwanka, and this is actually a service to fellow Ugandans living in the diaspora. So don't be afraid to call me anytime you need assistance in securing yourself an apartment in Uganda. I know many of our colleagues get they get their finances, funds misused by our friends and families back in Uganda.
Right.
But dealing with Fakhruddin Properties, I'm sure you get because you wire your funds directly to them, so you don't have to entrust anybody with your funds. So I urge you to contact me to help you secure your apartment in Uganda. My number is 617-901-8033. Thank you, Mr. Sim.
Thank you very much. Yes, he'll be last. Any closing argument, any advice to the diaspora people?
My closing remarks is that Fakhruddin Property, yes, we are also investors, and we have come also to look for investors here. Investors buying in Uganda.
But we have come here and we are investing in relationships. That is my biggest closing remarks.
Okay.
Yes, we are a company which want to make money, but we want to invest in relationships. That is why we take time in all of these things, what you have listened to, the technical part of Mr. Hedri, Mr. Sentiwanuka. All this has got a lot of work behind, but that is just to maintain the relationship. Because when somebody buys a house, he's not buying bread from a supermarket, from the shelf. We are buying a house which you are going to stay. You are investing money. It might be your life, something, it's a very, very important thing in life. So that's where we are very, very unique, that we are investing in relationships. Thank you very much.
Okay, and before you go, okay, all right, now somebody mentioned this some time back, but is there any way, like the diaspora people would like to see, like if you have the aerial view of all those projects you've done, those, how are they called? Drones, yeah, drone, then inside, so that we can share that link or that video with us. I think that could really give us a good and a true picture. I don't know if you're working on it or you have it already.
I think let me link this with the closing remarks. So we invest a lot in communication because it's very important. Diaspora is sitting miles away from Uganda. So what we do is, once you sign up on a project, we inform you the whole construction journey. So every 2 weeks you get a newsletter from our side, a construction newsletter from our side. You get drone videos from our side. And before you sign up, everyone wants to do that due diligence, right? So you go onto our website called www.affordable, as in affordable, AFFORDABLE, homes, HOMES.com. You go to www.affordablehomes.ug. You get all the details. You get floor plans, you get all the previous projects, you get news, you get blogs, everything. Once you've done the website, go to our social media. Go to our YouTube channel called Fakhruddin Properties.
Okay.
You'll get a lot of construction videos over there. And with construction videos, Mr. Simple, we also educate our potential clients and our customers. Like, small things about construction, why you should do this, why you should not do this. Recently we did a video on drainage, do's and don'ts. So we educate the customer, we inform them on construction tips, on condominium management, on how legalities are done. So you can go to our YouTube channel. We are also very active on Instagram. So if you go to our Instagram page, you will get your different posts, different projects, what's happening in Fakhruddin Properties. We are also there on Facebook, the Fakhruddin Properties page. We are also there on TikTok. So wherever you want to go and do your due diligence, once you have decided you want to do, you can even send a lawyer to our offices over there. You can even send someone who you can trust for you to take a decision and tell them to come to our office, to visit the site, to go and see the location. We are ready and up for everything to gain your confidence. So those are our social media handles. We told you about the website. My Uganda number is +256 703 860 112. You can WhatsApp me on this number, and if you can't reach me, you can reach Mr. Simple, Mr. Alan, Mr. Samuel Chimanuka. They have my contact details. If you need any local information in terms of how to process the things, Mr. Samuel Chimanuka has been doing this for many years, and he knows our offices, he knows our processes in and out. He can help you on that. And then I would like to thank the whole Boston community we want to thank Mr. Simple, the Radio Uganda Boston, and Mr. Alan Watson on Diaspora TV, that such platforms actually gives a business company a legit platform to reach out to diaspora people. And with our product, we would like to encourage that nothing is impossible in the world.
True.
I mean, you just need to find your way. You need to talk to us. I mean, if you're going to discuss with us, there will be a solution. So that's why we ask you that how do you want to do this? This is a product. There's a solution, but how do you want to go towards the solution? So it was really a great talk. The questions were very interesting, very motivating. That people are really thinking about. On just a last note, I know I'm taking time, but a lot of diaspora think that, you know what, with the same money I can build in Kampala. I can make a very big house in Kampala with the same money. So guys, there are pros and cons of everything. Buying from a developer, you get a standard unit, what everyone else is getting. You might be able to do your likes in your own construction. Yes, that's the downside of buying through a developer. But you need to look into the positive side. If a developer agrees with you on a price, like let's say Fakhruddin Properties says that a 3-bedroom is for 63,350. Now if tomorrow cement goes up, steel goes up, which has been going on right now in Kampala, 40% steel has gone up. At that time, if you are building yourself, your contractor is going to give you a call and say, you know what, I cannot take this project forward because steel has gone up, cement has gone up, and this has been happening. And a product which would have costed you 200 million has now costed you 400 million. And this is what we've been listening to, experiences like this in the diaspora. So my request is, you are sitting miles away. You cannot be there to count cement bags. You cannot be there to count the steel bars.
Right.
You are just trusting someone, and once they will, whoever it is, I don't want to give the relationships, but whoever it is, they are going to first create the foundation, and that is where on the first or after the foundation they'll make you stuck. And now you are stuck with a half building, right? And now you are desperate to finish it. So whatever happens, they're going to say, send us 30 million. You don't have a choice. You have to send 30 million.
Definitely.
send us 5 million, you have to send. So yes, you have a developer. It's like you're coming to a shop, you've seen the product, what you're getting, you're agreeing to that product in terms of conditions, you're signing the contract, and then you're just sitting relaxed, you're committing to a payment plan, we're committing to construction, and by end of the tenure, you get your keys and you start living in it. So please, whatever pricing is done is a justified price, and in terms of location, in terms of product, please buy and do not go into ventures of building yourself until or unless you are there physically to inspect, you are there to to monitor the construction process. I would like to request diaspora, please do not go into these ventures of building yourself while you are sitting miles away. I would like to thank the platforms again. I would like to thank Mr. Shabir. I would like to thank Mr. Samuel Chivanuka for supporting us and trusting in us. Mr. Simple, we've been knowing you for many years. We've not been knowing Mr. Allen. We also met Madame Maureen Asingwe today morning, the Uganda Boston Community Association. I mean, it's a fantastic association, so organized. People are so united for the love of the country, and we look forward to meeting each other in many events to come. We're still here. Tomorrow we'll be at Karibu Restaurant.
Okay.
If from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. If people would like to have one-on-one meetings with us to discuss more on the properties, and then Saturday we have sponsored the Honorable Katekiro's meet and greet event at McDevitt Middle School, Waltham, and then on Sunday we are going to be there at Birmingham, Sheraton, for the reception for the Uganda Martyrs Day, and Nyanziza Webalenu. And my name is Hedri again, and thank you very much for listening us. Thank you very much for the interesting questions. We will go back with a lot of motivation and courage that we need to have a better product for Ugandan diasporas.
What's your Ugandan name?
My Uganda name is still Hedri. Yeah, so it's still there. I'm still surviving. Yeah.
Do you have one? No. Oh, Haji, okay. All right.
But, so I'm still waiting for Uncle Sam to baptize me with the Uganda name. Yeah.
All right, dear listeners and those who have been viewing us at Diaspora TV, thank you very much for having been viewing us, and those who have been listening on Radio Uganda Boston. As they say, tomorrow they'll be at Karibu Restaurant. That will be from 4 p.m.
to 8 p.m. Yes.
To 8 p.m. So please, if you've missed them, just go down there. The number is 10 Crescent Street. That's Karibu Restaurant. Yes, 10 Crescent Street, Karibu Restaurant, and see them. Then on Saturday, they say they're going to be with Katikilo. That's going to be on number 75 School Street in Waltham. Church Street in Waltham. So please be there. Then on Sunday at the Uganda Matters Day, also they'll be in Framingham on Shelton. So see you there. But before I go, just a few announcements. This is from Jennifer Najombwe ategeeza community nti olumbe lwa muganda we omugenzi Matutu lugenda kubayo nga June 9 ku lunaku olwokutaano June 9 ku namba 26 Beacon Street building number 3 apartment A e Burlington okutandika ku saa 12 kale abagambye mugendeeyo muwe mulumbe tempozi okusabira omugenzi kwa kuba okunaku olwokuna olujja kunaku olwokuna olujja ate okumuziika kugenda kuba kunaku olwokutaano ku Mount Fake Cemetery 203 Prospect Street in Waltham. So burial will be on the 16th of June. Owekitiibwa Katoka Jibi nga bali wamu n'owekitiibwa Henry Dawula bayita abantu bonna okubeegattako nga bandiza Katikkiro wa Buganda Charles Peter Mayiga nga mu Boston. Nno tujja kubaayo n'abantu bangi ng'era tumusiima olw'emyaka 10 gyakutte Ddamula. Kale bagamba nti mikolo gino gyakutandika saa 8 paka saa 12 ez'akawungeezi ku namba 75 Church Street wali e Waltham. Kale mujje bangi. Bagamba ennyambala egenda kuba kanzu awamu mpozi ne gomesi. Kale bwe batyo bwe bagambye. Kale abalungi program bwetu bwetambudde akawungeezi k'olwaliro mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala kubanga mbadde mutuwuliza amu n'okutulaba. Akume atakumira mpeera nsigadde ndi Chofrato no Sansereko Seconde Simple awamu ne Alan Watson musaidi eri eyebyuma musule bulungi mwelaba bye bye signing out